Welcome to the S&T Conversations, where the T is ever so talkative and the S is forever shining in the background.
In this podcast, we dive into the daily adventures of life with a special twist. My wonderful wife is joining me as co-host.
Together, we'll explore everything from the little moments that make life meaningful to the challenges and the joys of sharing a life together.
Whether it's navigating household chaos or celebrating simple victories, we are here to offer a candid and fun perspective on the everyday journeys of marriage and beyond.
Tune in as we share our experiences, insights, and a few laughs along the way. Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the S&T Conversations podcast. My name is Tito. I want to be called Tito now.
Okay.
I'm joking. My name is Thato. I'm with my husband. Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys. Another week. Sandile Lona, as you know him, the guy behind the mic, the ghost of the show.
Yes. How are
you
you?
doing?
Oh, jinx.
Okay. Okay.
If Lwandle was here, we were going to not talk for like a while.
That's your thing that you play. You look stunning, by the way.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah, you look stunning.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Better than last week. Still tired, but better than last week at least.
Okay.
We're still
That's good.
struggling the same battles, but it is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
What went down this week for you?
Reflections of the week. I was looking at one politicians in South Africa are dying. Like
Definitely, your reflections are always so deep.
I always try to bring the knowledge as much as I can. I'm a teacher, natural.
I mean, what can we say?
Yeah. I'm a father figure, teacher, natural.
A husband.
Uyangithola mus. My husband this, my husband that.
Ndimloyo ke
Ne.
ngaphandle kwakho ngiliphara.
So I was just thinking with a lot of politicians passing away.
Yeah.
We've recently had Babuti Tomboweni passing away, sadly.
May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah. And we've also had Ujamnandas the other week passing away. And I was just thinking, I was just curious to say, okay, let me look at my age.
Yeah.
What these politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I'm just going to take two examples for the sake of just continuity and say our president, our current sitting president, is 71 years old. Ne?
Yeah.
Let that melt. Nje, kancane.
Okay.
And our deputy president is 62 years old. Ubanu Paul Mashatile.
Yes.
62. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, do you take advice from would you want a 71-year-old and a 62-year-old leading a country? Do they still have that angazi ibizwa ngani English but ugqozi no oomph to take us forward as a young youthful country?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, Kuti, I think we put too much effort in these and too much time and money to these politicians, and they're just going to pass away soon.
And what's crazy is that, I mean, the retirement age is like 65, so why aren't you retiring?
Exactly.
Like, why aren't you
65-year-old, they're already telling you, Guti, you must resign and take your pension.
Yeah, and go sit at home.
So if you have a sitting president and a 71, and that president is talking about a 5-year plan,
he's not going anywhere. He's telling you that in 5 years I'm still going to be here.
And I was telling you earlier on in the week, Guti, probably these guys, because I mean, a cabinet, they all eat together in lunch and stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
So probably in lunch, good discuss what hey, yazi BP yami ikhupukile bathe ishaye off
amapilisi.
Omunye umrecommendela amapilisi ekumele awadle for a heart attack. It's like it's just a retirement home.
Yeah, that's true.
A retirement village.
That's true. We need some fresh blood, man. You know, we need young people there in parliament to shake things up. We need new people to eat the money then, gay.
Yeah, at least
Like give another group
give a 30-year-old to eat that money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This thing of old people eating money is just not. It's not okay. It's not all right.
Yeah, and I think in those are just my reflections of the week. And I was thinking, I'm not going to trust any politicians.
You don't trust
I
them.
never trust a 70 or 71-year-old man when they are speaking about the future. No, mdala, hlala phansi.
Rest.
Yimi ekumele
Relax.
ngirane izinto manje.
You know? It's something else, but unfortunately, I mean, you can only talk and then they'll forever like hog the seat.
Hey, and I don't understand why.
Get out of the seat.
Uzushonele
Esitulweni.
epodium kwenze
Yeah,
njani? Why ungakhulisa ama grandkids?
You know?
Uhlale phansi uthathe umhlala phansi.
Groom the next generation into if really
Iba i-advisor.
faka bona,
Iba i-advisor. Ube
but
eceleni.
never. No, they want to be within. They want to be within.
Shoot amnandi lama million ahlale emasofeni.
Obvious. Okay.
Amnandi $1 ahlale emasofeni.
Anyways, I was thinking about how when you have a second child,
Yeah.
the first one kind of, I don't know if it's not even automatic, but kind of tries to like revert back to being young, to being a baby, which is what I'm realizing. And I'm just like, are we not giving you enough attention? What is happening? Why are you now competing with the little one? Because the
It's
things we
like-
see in this house,
Hey. Naye ufuna
Jeez.
ukuba mncane.
this waking up thing in the middle of the night that
Yeah.
happens, now they both come together.
Yeah. And it's just
Like then what?
a nightmare.
It is
on
a
both
nightmare.
ends.
But it is what it is. We said we could and we did it, and now Kogi. They are here now, and what can we say?
I mean, uNkulunkulu kunike bona, so
Thank you so much, God, Shem, and I'm so grateful. I love them. I would take them any day, anytime. I would just give them the chance. I'd go back to that apartment and go start over again.
really.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So what do we have in store this week, man?
I wanted to talk about, I feel like it's a very sensitive topic even.
Okay, we like sensitivity here.
I do not find it very comfortable, but I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to hear what you think.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about why is it that every time after a couple has a child, soon after that, they break up.
Okay.
Like not even long, it's just shy.
Because of the
I don't even want to say because of the child. It's not because of the child, but it's because of the change that has
Yeah.
happened in the relationship.
that's a very good question, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's up to the people as well to tell us their personal stories.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yes.
What comes into mind when you bring a young life into existence? Abantu abayi-2, ne?
Yeah.
And I'm only going to speak about the black perspective as mina ngumuntu omnyama, yabo.
Okay.
There's a couple of challenges that
Yeah.
happens. So firstly, most of us we
Yeah.
know ukuthi umntwana simpleneli, guys. I mean,
Most, yeah.
we know ukuthi umntwana ufika nje angaplanelwanga, akana
Yeah.
trust fund, akana nix, besingazi nanokwazi ukuthi yabo,
We are
were
capable.
just clof having fun.
We did not know we were capable.
Ipashkana shimnandi, then
I
you only
definitely
find
don't
out
think I was
ukuthi
I definitely don't think I was capable. I did not know I was capable.
you have a child. So, firstly, it's the financial pressures.
Yeah.
Now, it was just me and you. We could go to bed without eating, or you can survive your way, I can survive my way. Now we have this child.
Yeah.
And let's say umntwana uhlala nomamakhe or nihlala nonke. Either way, umama wakhona feels the pressure. Umntwana uyakhala, umntwana wokuqala ufuna ibisi.
Yeah.
And the reality is, most mothers, they don't breastfeed anymore.
Yeah.
Umntwana kushuthi udinga formula. udinga ama-pampers.
So the financial part of
So
it.
the finances, that's the first pressure.
Okay.
Okay, we need to come up with money. Obviously, maybe at that point you can't work as a mother. Ne? And then maybe so you too were not from a well-off family and a support.
Yeah.
So it's just me and you. So sometimes uba frustrated maybe ukuthi apha ama-pampers lipibisi lo mntana lo ukhalela mina every day. Then maybe you can start resenting me because of that.
Yeah.
And you think ukuthi wena ebusuku uyalala la ukhona or uyahamba uyogroova, maybe ungibona ngiplomena amajita siphuza ama-BI2, so banaleyo resentment ukuthi this guy ubusy uhave
having a good time
nabangani bakhe akathenganga nama-pampers la.
mara nangophuza ama-BI2.
Exactly. and awuyazi maybe ne-context yalamabhiya maybe akokorishiwe umngani wami uyowathengile uyangithola.
But I guess maybe then I want you to come and sit with me and suffer with me.
Exactly. And the thing is, we're not
Look
wired.
At me in the eye and suffer with me. Come and sit here and suffer. Yes.
And sometimes you just, it's like that financial pressure. And then when I, as my girlfriend, before, you never used to nag me about these things.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe as a guy, I've always hung around with my friends.
Yeah.
And personally, maybe I don't see anything wrong. But then when you feel the pressure and you feel an outlet, you want to speak about it.
Yeah.
And you are always telling me. And to me, it might come as, this person now, nega. Like, all of a sudden, this person might, busy, uyachikana, sagumama. And the mood maybe, let's say, kona lan puza kona ma BI2, siyazi phela kona neskate kona lapho.
Obvious.
And leso skate leso esikhona asinamntwana asikubaliseli ngeinto eziningi.
That's the thing.
Yabo? You start feeling guti yazi peace of mind la. And then now where you feel like I've distanced myself from you.
Yeah.
And then we break up financially. That's one part. Do you have another one? I have a lot that I can think of, Minala.
I think that sometimes we kind of pull away. I remember when I gave birth to Ulwandle, I was really in my bubble.
Yeah.
I was like in this bubble and I
You just want to be a mother.
I just wanted to be a mom and I just wanted to be with the baby. I also I think then because my entire pregnancy with Lwandle, I really did not like you as a person.
Okay.
So that took a while to like really come off. We would be together, but I'd be like, oh my God, I cannot wait to be home and look at my child.
Okay, this is new to me.
If we were not strong enough, we would have broken up because I was just like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
What I'm sensing is that sense of, because maybe I'm gonna tell you my perspective. I would have felt too good. Okay, this person being night every weekend.
Yeah.
Manje angisena girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're spending a lot of time with the child, the conversation is about the child.
Yeah.
And I can't relate.
Because you don't live with the child also. Yes.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, what happened to my girlfriend?
You know what I mean? That disconnect. And when you're saying, hey, date night, umntwana.
And those are some challenges things, because then, let's say we used to go out a lot. Obviously, mosoba nomntwana, for us to go out, there needs to be someone that sits with the child. And it's sort of difficult. It limits now the time we can spend with each other without the child.
It's rather unfortunate that the transitions, like the way we grow while I'm pregnant, the things that change, like in my mind, don't immediately change in your mind.
Yes.
You know, like when I'm busy growing the baby and I'm changing and I'm
You are
looking forward
changing
to
on
the
a
baby
day-to-day
and I'm
basis.
I'm preparing for the child. Already my priorities have changed
Completely.
drastically. Yeah. I don't regard partying and all that stuff. Yes, but it's not my number one priority. Or else with you, especially if you don't live with us, your life still continues as normal because you're not pregnant. All you know is that a baby is coming and then you have to buy pampasses and stuff like that.
Yes.
But then life, I feel like life continues as normal.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless if some guys feel like the resentment that they don't get to live with the child and they want to live with the child and they want to be a part of the child's life like every day like the mom.
And if let's say we both are living with a child, it's like now we are getting less sleep.
Yeah.
And you know what less sleep means.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you are grumpy.
Yeah.
And at the minute grumpy, maybe naming grumpy, and then pendula otherwise or unguza something otherwise, and then it starts those small fights. And then let's say we haven't built a relationship as strong. We still like in a phase where we are trying to know each other. And there's a new dynamic manje in the mix.
Yeah.
Kusekunalo mntwana futhi. And then asikwazi ukudila nama argument or ama fights between the two. And then it ends up like, let's say arguwa nje ngento edom. Something very trivial.
Then it becomes
a big thing because I haven't slept in 2 days. Lo mntwana lo ngibangela umsindo lana. Nawe maybe phashkanasha ungiphi.
Yeah.
Ama dynamics are changing nje.
Yeah.
Maybe nami sengifila ngathi angisafuni nanokuthi ngihlale ngila endlini sengifuna ukuphuma ngiye emajitini.
That also will cause a fight. That will also cause a fight.
Lack of communication nje nama dynamics are change. Lack of
sleep. I'm feeling like I'm not sexy anymore.
Yes.
I guess. And then I don't want to give it up because what if I'm fat now? What if I'm like I have whatever stretch marks and stuff like that? Then I feel like I can.
And understandably, you might be in that phase. You would I just gave birth. I don't feel like
I feel like ngizoprega food. It's trauma. Ubana trauma shem.
And ngapha ama responsibility, ama financial pressures.
Yeah.
Lack of sleep. Ngapha ama financial pressure.
Yeah, lack of intimacy.
Ngapi intimacy ayikho ku relationship. You sort of even, it's like you need to find if you want to work on this thing.
Yeah.
You really need to dig deep to find positive reasons to stay together. But while you are going through those dynamics, the changing dynamics, the financial pressures, sometimes you just feel like
it's easier.
It's easier.
Yeah.
I just want to take the easy route out.
Yeah. It's easier. It is easy because if you think about it, if you were to say, if I were to date someone who doesn't have a child,
I won't have this.
It's easier.
Hustle.
It's just gonna be me and her.
And just FYI, to tell
baby.
you a secret, Majita, is we always think ukuthi lo mntana lo uzobuya zongifuna at the America 18 in
imagine that thinking. And the thing is, sometimes that's true. Most of the time, Kumbula Kaya is in business because of such stories where the child will grow up and want to know the dad. I think most of the time you kind of want to know like who's your dad and where do you come from, and then it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think if I was to be told that my dad is not my dad, I wouldn't give a shit. Honestly, I wouldn't care.
But you would want to know who's
Nah, I would not even want to know.
Really?
What difference is it going to make? I wouldn't want to know because I have a dad. I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, just to thinking good. Okay, I'm a relationship. I think the things, I think we've highlighted quite a lot of things.
Yeah.
That people just need to watch out, especially as a young couple. A young couple that just had a child. In most cases, those kids are not planned. Mina nawe, we were dating for only a short period of time.
Short is an understatement. Short is a...
And then we just found ourselves with a situation. By God's grace,
yeah,
we managed to
stick it out.
Yeah. And once you stick it out, I think that's when you start seeing the value after that. But things like financial pressures, you need to watch out for. Like at least have a backup. At least, I think Mina now, fortunately, it's because, at least we had something at the time to keep us going.
Yeah.
And
so the stress wasn't like a lot.
Too much. And there was shifting dynamics. I remember we also tried to say, okay, there was your first night out without the baby, just me and you, trying to introduce those little things to say, okay, we still need to keep up and spend time with each other. And I was so excited to drink. And the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point as guys, we need to help out. Maybe take the child away from you.
It if helps, we don't live together.
It helps quite a lot if we both have supportive parents.
True.
Where we can take the child to ugogo wakhe, umamami, or umamako.
Wow.
No, senyasho nje ukuthi in an ideal situation, have a support structure or someone that has experience in kids, so that you say, okay,
you can have some time out.
Lala for the next for today, lala umntwana uzothathwa i-old lady. Let's say mina ngihlala ne-old lady, ngithi I think ngimthatha umntwana ngimvakashise kwi-old lady kuthi nawe ukwazi nje ukulala just to rest nje ukuthi uyehlisa stress uyangithola. I think izinto ezincane nje singazibheki.
Yeah, very true. And the thing is, it's not even, you see that plan did not even require any money.
Yes, it doesn't require any money.
You just gave me time to breathe.
Just time ukuthi okay, lala today angeke kube namntwana ozovuka ebusuku akhale la. Umntwana uzoba somewhere.
Yeah.
And then uzomisa, yes, but tomorrow your mood will be much more improved.
If you do sleep.
If you sleep. Yes. And there are things like try going out on dates.
Yeah.
And understand, I think as guys, we need to sort of learn ukuthi when a female gives birth, certain priorities, certain things, body parts, they change on the female, and they might not feel comfortable to do the things that they were doing before at first, maybe. Ukuthi okay, useseshayanyana ukuthi ish angifuni ukukhumula manje,
amabele wamawile,
yabona ibele selidropile, i-stretch mark, yabona.
Yes.
Try and try and find and compliment umuntu wakho, yabona, umtshele the way amuhle ngakhona. Hey baby girl, lebele leli ngilithanda the way liwile ngakhona. I mean, uzothini iba ichama yazi uzama ukumngena, and I know like sometimes singamajida sine short fuse, like inhliziyo incane angithola, like ubona umuntu wakho ukuncisha iphashikanash, and then so uthi uzoyithola somewhere.
Oh my God, that's bad.
And that's not the way ongazama ukuraise ifamily ngayo leyo nto.
Yeah, that's bad.
Things like you need to understand ukuthi your time with each other won't be the same after giving birth.
No, it
you
won't.
Might be spending the whole day, the whole weekends, weekends away, nama Sunday niyeshisa nyama. After someone gives birth,
it's chai.
Maybe 1 month, once a month.
Then maybe
every weekend. But you need to expect it will reduce drastically, because now you have a whole human.
And sometimes, even though you have the money for the help, sometimes you just don't want to separate from the child.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just want to like be with the child, because also there's things like mom guilt that kill us. When you leave your child, and that thing will haunt you like, oh, you're a bad mom.
What is this mom
guilt? Oh,
guilt?
look at you in the streets. What about the child?
What is this
Where's
mom
your
guilt?
It's these thoughts that come to your head.
What?
When you are out and you left the child with someone. Like it takes, you kind of have to shut that voice down. You practice how to shut it down, because if you let it win, you'll always be in the house all the time.
Oh, yes.
So you feel guilty. Yes. You feel like these thoughts are like, Look at you, bad
Where's
mother.
your child?
Where's your child?
Ula wena.
You will go home so you can feel better.
Ukuthi just umbone.
What you are with the child and the mom guilt is gone because that thing is lethal and you have to ignore it. You have to force yourself to suppress that.
Just
thing.
once a month.
Just once in a while.
Have fun.
You know that you're a good mom.
And be with your partner.
And be with your man because I mean you need that. We need to stay connected also. Especially after such a big change like a child. It's very important to kind of stay. So I think most couples find it very difficult to stay connected, to be patient with one another. I mean, you need to be patient with me to say, okay, obviously I'm still finding my feet. I literally don't know who I am anymore.
Yes.
Because I was a girlfriend and I was trending. Now all of a sudden I'm a mom and I have to find my feet and I also have to kind of know where, I mean, you are the dad, but like, how do we then navigate?
Yes, because
this change?
If you are spending too much time outside of the child, it's that guilt.
Mommy guilt, yeah.
Mommy guilt. And it's that thing to say, am I a bad mother?
Yeah.
And if you are spending too much time with the child, is now, am I a bad
partner? I'm neglecting my man now. Yeah, and because it is, you could feel neglected also.
Yeah, and you need to learn how to navigate the two in terms of
so
sharing your time.
Patience. Basically, you need to be patient
ngiyaqala ukuyizwa le
and don't
yazi umuntu
step out on your path.
uzofunda zafe mommy guilt, guilty mom guilt.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's horrible. It's very horrible, that thing.
And I think the one thing that we need to take away from this is there will be increased responsibilities.
Definitely.
So as a guy, you would need to limit your moves in terms of, okay, I need to at least make sure Guti, some of the pressures, I take them away from the mother. Like for doing whatever, it's either okay, I'm a pampers nama nepi akhona angimstressing ngalezo zinto, okay, umntwana ukudla uhlezi kukhona kwakhe, or some weekends I even say ukuthi yazini woza nomntwana phuma nama girls just for that weekend. I know sometimes we as now nokushawa something khona ije nje engenayo ugirl mekithi ufuna ukuphuma nama girls uyangithola. But I think you need to, if you man up in those things and say yazini love hamba,
yeah,
shiya umntwana la uhambe, ngicela ukuthi ngabo 12 ubuye ungalali estradeni. Of course uyabo ube nendlela yokuyilimit because yazi singamajita thini jealous.
I remember one of my favorite moments were when we used to go, and you know when we used to go shopping for nappies and things like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the month you would come and we would all go and buy stuff. I even had pictures. Those were, because I was in the house the whole time, that qualified as a date. Yeah, that was like, I would look forward to it. Okay, woo, we are going to go out. Obviously, we're going to go get the baby stuff and then we're going to go for lunch. And then we're going to sit there and talk and eat and connect. Yes, by the time I go home, I don't feel like, because I would be, sometimes you would be out on a Friday. Then Saturday we have to go to do the baby stuff. I would be so mad on that Friday. I would be so angry. Yo. And then Saturday comes, we go there, we're lunching, we're happy.
I'm hanging. That
time. Hanging. And then by the time I go home, I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm my cup is a little bit filled, I'm happy. I connected with you. So I think little things like that, like make it a date. Every opportunity you get, make it a date. Make it a thing, yeah. Make it a date, man. I mean, it's tough enough bringing a child into the world.
Nah. Having that young responsibility. And again, we're just promoting that sense of if you're going to have a child, try as much as possible to stay with that person. And especially if there's genuine love and respect.
And there's no abuse and things like that.
It's all mutual love. Niyathandana. It's just ama-fights nyana. Kuzoba nama-fights nyana.
Obvious. Little J, there's still fights.
Because dynamics are changing all the time.
Yeah.
So you need to change with the times and adopt and still remember, Uti, okay, we love each other outside of this child.
Yes.
This child is a reflection of our love.
Come through.
But yeah,
Who's
I
this
think
guy?
the first topic, the way si repe khona kamnandi ngakhona ne.
Who's this guy? Who are you?
I think we've given enough airtime with this. What else do you want to talk about before ngiba emo?
Before over deeper.
Let me go. Do you want me to go deeper?
Go deeper. Another one that I wanted to talk about was marriage expectations and versus the reality of it. Like what you thought, what you see in the movies, what you see on Instagram, what you think marriage is like, what happens in marriage,
and the reality of
and the reality of it.
Yes, more kuluma this thing umkhumbuza you know, like, cause I'm a big Facebook fan even still today.
You are.
Yeah, I watch a video like crazy,
dude.
There's always people that will show you a final Instagram picture, and I'm a filter
edited.
Like, this is the world I want to be in.
Ganti.
And then they show you the video behind that particular picture when it was taken.
The chaos.
And it's a complete opposite.
It's literally what happens right before we switch on this camera. No. One chica.
And you don't understand, okay, the pictures that you see on Instagram, or if you think about a marriage, the portrayal of it is so fake.
It is.
And they don't tell you about the mundane day-to-day things.
Yeah.
Of
it's just
living together with someone. They just show you that Instagram life,
which is a lie.
Okay, I have the first Instagram lie is the proposal, the bouquet flowers, the Austin Martin in a ribbon, the Marvin Gaye singing at the.
Then you take that whole picture and you're just
putting
like,
it in your head.
Why usang propose? Why usarega Austin Martin? Then you start kind of downplaying the life that you have, and starting to feel like it's probably nothing compared to that life and stuff like that. I think that's how dangerous social media is.
And I can tell you, Mina, from like just an observer of social media.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big fan of posting
like
my personal stuff and what. But I'm an observer. You see like the lengths. It's like the algorithm of these social medias. They will always put the extreme ends and forget about all of us that are in the middle. And then, I don't know, amantombazane nabafana, they get into a debate all the time. Yukuthi abafana ba on this spectrum, and then amantombazana akuletha spectrum, and then uyabona nje kuba chaos. Ukuthi it starts with the engagement itself. The Instagram sort of the Instagram version of it is okay, there's a bouquet, there's a Bugatti, there's
flowers on the floor,
an engagement present.
Okay.
Engagement present, maybe
Maserati.
I mean, imagine there's a ring, $100 or what?
A million something, yeah.
Yabon? And you think, oh my God, sekumele ngipropose. Mina ngazi ukuthi nje intombazane uyayicela ukuthi mfethu bengikhulume nobabakho ubabakho meke vumile ngithi lavi sengikhulume nobabakho nayi incwadi ngicela ukuthi uyinike ubabakho.
The most exciting letter that you'll ever receive. That letter. Hey, yabona that letter? But anyways, so I wanted to,
because mina now we never did. I propose?
You did not.
No, I just gave you a letter.
Yeah.
And after I had spoken to your father.
Yeah, you sent your
And we've had previous discussions
about
course,
it.
Guti,
Yes,
you
yes.
know, this is where we want to do, and
Yeah, this is where we're headed. Yes, and you sent your uncle to come talk to my dad. Your dad to come talk to my dad.
yes,
And then the letter. Then next time he dropped off the letter. And my dad was like, Thato, hona le lingolo. And I kind of had an idea that.
and now that okay, sesiyangena ke emshadweni manje. What are you expecting there?
I was okay, well, not expecting, but like in the movies they show us there's romance every day.
Every day.
You know, like every day you come to the kitchen, I'm cooking, you hold me,
and then there's
and then we dance, some
thinginyana in the kitchen.
Somewhat. Some people can't see your hands. Somewhat.
There is some thing. There's a word that we learned today. I want to make reference to the word.
It is in your tando or something.
Isithelo sentokozo. Isithelo sokujabula. Sithi ngithi isithelo sokujabula ngisithi paqa.
Oh my god.
Sithi ugijimisana nje la ekitchen.
Reality.
Idress nyana encane. I-reality yakhona ithi unangu lwandle lapha ya. Nangu langa la uloku yagijima. Mommy, we are
reality
hungry.
is I am upset that I didn't sleep. I am probably in my gown and I'm just yay.
Ugqoke yini lento egqoka la ekhanda. Yo.
Mfake bonnet angifuni ukuzwa nix.
Ufaka ama-gown umbathe ngathi kanjani njani. Ukwatile.
Yay. I'm upset at that time. I'm still thinking about half the things that I need to do in this house. And then you're going to say, Manju zopheka in. Yeah. I'm just like, take back your cows. Take your cows. Take them back. What is one for you that you expected and what's the reality?
You know, when we started, I always said, Uguti, I need to have it at least twice a day.
Oh.
Like ekseni nantambama.
Wild.
And I'm going to keep up with that schedule.
Wild.
Guys, let me tell you in reality. Yazini, ngifuna ukunihlalela kahle for le. Uyazi reality ithini. Ithi uyavuka ngowafa awuvuki, awuzivukeli. Uyavuswa.
Yingane zakho.
Abantwana ubabona sebagijima bayongena ekamereni or abalalanga kwakulala ekamereni labo balele la uyabona ebusuku athi ngithi ngiqala ebusuku le uthi uyabamba unithi mncuncu kuvela uza umuntu sekavukile sekagijima la mnyango mama I just had a nightmare yo
Le nightmare act usanga you walked in the dark and awusabanga nix
uzothini sana sesiyamvulela umuntu wakho lala ke khona la hey meke lala khona la ungathi umbhede wakhe uyawazi umbhede womuntu ungathi uyi1 embhedeni the way ya stretcha ngakhona umuntu wakhona asalali kamnandi.
I think we should leave them in our bed and then maybe go to their room.
Ngisakutshela nje indaba yasebusuku uqala awulalanga kamnandi ne bowuthi uyazama ebusuku wathola ukuphazamiseka ekseni usathi ubamba ubuthongo bokugcina avela avuke ngo6:30
futhi that's late
sekalambile umuntu wakhona ayisekho ke kushuthi i-night awuyitholanga
morning
glory angeke uyithole lapho umele uye emsebenzini nawe ukwatile unjani uye emsebenzini ukhathela unjalo mawubuya naba sebabuyile nabo ngoba babuya kuqala.
But then what I've learned from that is that you must take every opportunity that you can.
Too much. It's like I'm sure abantu abahlala nabantwana babo, they know the struggle. They know
You
the
will
struggle.
take the opportunity every chance you get. Mawubona ngathi there's a distraction. There's even if it's during the day.
Sekunama success nanama signal ukuthi asiye phezulu.
Do you want to go upstairs? And you know what that means.
Yey,
Can you help me something? Can you help me with something lapha phezulu?
Yazi Moses emncane into engirealizile. Uyatshontsha, utshontshelele ukuthi ufihlele umama wakho nobaba wakho. Maso umdala, so une freedom, so uyatshontsha, so ufihlela abantwana bakho.
Guys,
kanti sithola nini impumulo?
Hayi.
Inkululeko sithola nini?
Angeke niphinde nithole clearly, because I mean the decisions you make to have children.
I'm guessing this is different for couples that don't have kids, but it's just because we are telling you about our reality.
Yep.
As far as it is, and it's nice, Shem. Uguba nabantwana.
Yeah.
Not that you are talking bad about them.
Yeah,
all the
time.
but it's one of our most prized possession, because I know
Very
sometime
true.
one day they will listen to these podcasts.
You hated them. No, siyabathanda.
No, guys, siyanthanda.
Guys, you mean the world to us, Shem. Guys,
What?
Yazin, we love you.
Do you have other realities versus
I think
the image?
like the responsibilities side of it. I thought literally every single day would be I cook, you wash the dishes. Or
it's like gender roles.
Yeah. I thought literally it would be like that, but also gender roles in terms of not really gender roles,
Not gender roles, but
shared responsibilities. 100%. I thought it would be 50-50.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is that it's not 50-50, and it's whatever you can get, right?
Yeah.
If you have 30 today. And I have 70, then I give that 70 and you kind of give that 30 that you have.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so if you're going to look at it as, why do you have 30? Why do you have 30? And then you're going to have resentment. So you kind of have to take what your partner has to give that day. There's days where I sleep at like 4 p.m. and I'm so tired. I don't know what happens to the children, whether they bath, they sleep, what. I'm just tired and I'm sleeping. Is everything all right, Mr. Director?
Yeah.
You are stressing me.
Yeah. I think this topic is quite interesting because trust me, the reality versus
the
expectations or the Instagram life is completely different, guys. You will need to
be
put
disappointed.
in the work, bro.
You will be disappointed if you're gonna go.
Like you will need to put in the work.
And the thing is, if it feels, some days it feels like hard, obviously, right? And then especially when you're gonna compare your life to the Instagram people life,
yes,
which you don't know, which they show 5% of their life. And you don't know the 95% that happens behind closed doors. And then you look at it and you're like, mara, now I Sandile Maserati. Why aren't you buying my Maserati? Wait, banna kamontle. Amadoda sebaphelile. Angina Maserati. Yazi amadoda aphelile. And then how does that make you feel? Imagine. And you're trying your best.
My level best
to do so much for us. And then I'm like, well, igaraji empty, ipi Maserati.
But I think those two topics, to be quite honest, and our structure is we'll discuss the topics, but we won't discuss any points that anyone comes with.
Okay, we talk about the umbrella. We say the umbrella is this, and the meat you will tell me
I've
on the
learned
show.
Quite a lot in terms of those two things, and now we have
a problem.
Like. Our battery is running very low in this podcast. So what do you want to do? Do you want to continue?
I'm scared that if you continue then it cuts off, then...
Are you going to be able to... If we do the... Because now all we are left with is just the...
Tweet of the
post
week.
Of the
post
week.
of the week. Okay. We can share one. We can share yours if you have, and then we'll just call it a day.
Do you have one?
We can share yours.
Okay.
So, I mean, let's just get to the post of the week. Do you have anything?
Yeah.
From your socials?
So it's quite a sad one this week, with obviously the rumors and the
Talk of the town.
of the drip footwear, the
Aye, that
liquidation.
sucks.
With Ulikau, I don't know the guy personally.
Yeah.
And I think the heights that he's went through as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
it's probably a very small less than 1% of black people that reached that type of high that he's reached. Ne?
Yeah.
And I mean, I was looking at ama-comments abantu uyabazi ke abantu ke umuntu uphenduka i-doctor overnight.
They always have something to say.
Umuntu uphenduka i-financial advisor, uphenduka i-tax advisor, uphenduka i-business advisor, uhleli kubo ematrasini mara ufuna uku-advisa izinto angazazi. So some people were saying ukuthi the reason that the guy failed is that he was not taking advice from anyone.
Okay.
Of which I think as black society, it's quite a sad, and I'm just going to speak about black people from South Africa and the context of South Africa. If you know the context of South Africa,
Yes.
is that business is white, but population is black.
Yes.
The majority population, more than 80% of the people that live in South Africa are black, but more than 80% of the companies that are owned at the JSE is white. And whites are less than 10% of the South African population. So all the wealth belongs to those guys. Ne? And it's a social construct because the apartheid and what you can research the whole history of South Africa.
Yeah.
But to have a black man growing a business from start to where it drip was a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
it's such a milestone for him. And I don't think Uguti there's any black advisor amongst his people, his trusted people,
Yeah.
that understood the pressure that he was going through to even advise him properly. So you'd mostly want to rely on experts in those things. Yabo? And the second one was abantu bathi ijuju kamfazi wakhe, black magic kamfazi wakhe with all the separation and what.
Oh my gosh.
And I was thinking to myself, maybe now ukuseparate nomfazi wakhe, and apparently I'm not sure, because apparently according to the wife is they started the thing together. And I would have thought if they've started together, they should have stuck it out together. And maybe him changing perspective and changing things and wanting to be cool and hanging out with the big boss and thinking the person that you've started with is now lesser of, you don't want to take advice. Some of those things, they do end up, because nanje so nezinye inhliziyo uqala know someone something, and then now awusekho lapho, and then now sekunaleyo inhliziyo leyo ekubambile awusakwazi ukuya phambili, so wenza ezinye izinto ngenye indlela ekungasuwe yabo. So sometimes I felt okay, maybe that's a valid reason,
maybe I mean, but also you would want to ask Guti, if a person's gonna say no, I no longer benga samthandi, but when did you realize that? Like when you boomed, or like when did you realize that you don't love this person anymore?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm always a firm believer, Yoguti. I'm sure I've told you this, Uguti. I've always thought, Uguti, I would never have friends as an adult.
Yeah.
Like I'll just have acquaintances. Abantu engithi okay, sihlanganiswa umsebenzi or sihlanganiswa is something, but they're not my friends.
Yeah.
It's not, if I didn't have this work or I didn't have that, those people won't be there in my life. But I know my friends.
True.
Engithi these are my friends. Ngaza kubo ngibroke nginangana cent.
These are
I
your
think at
people.
some point when you get that big, that successful, and get that big head,
you have
need those people abakwazi ungena nix abazokukhumbuza ukuthi bra wena you don't do this.
This is not who you
this
are.
This is not you. Uyabona?
Yes.
Okokuqala umuntu wakho akanamali or ekhaya uyazi ukuthi awakhanga, so this is not you. Don't get into the
hype.
Fame and the hype. Uyabona?
And another thing is that when you have that inner child that wants, that's always
you've
felt
always wanted
oppressed,
these nice things.
Yeah, because you were poor, and then here's this money.
Boom, 10 meter.
Yeah,
we see it all the time. I blew it.
I worry also if I was to win the lotto.
Ball out,
honey.
And
there would be signs.
Another thing was, I mean, this is a very sad black story, you know. And if we had that 20 million, I think ama organization afana nabo YNDA ibizwani YNDA. I mean, I'm sure ikhona 20 million ku government. Le abajwayele ukuyidla. Yazi bavele basitshela ukuthi sini kulikawu ukuthi abhadala idebt le yakhe.
Abe sharp. How much was his debt? 20 million.
Yeah, apparently from advertising at 20 million. He like.
I think also maybe the decisions. Somebody tweeted that the decisions that he was making at the time also, like buying like unnecessary advertising things, like
I'm a billboard and
like
all of
way too much.
And it rip. Personally, I also blame myself because I'm not a fashion guy.
Yeah.
My kids don't own any drip. I don't own any drip. You don't own a drip. Where?
Yeah.
And I think as a black man that is proud to support other black men, I've never felt the need to support because it's not my sphere in bath and fashion and that. But I feel bad, I never lended a hand to say, let me buy. And maybe to continue business, because that's how other races are doing it. They're just buying it for the sake of buying it, for the sake of support. You know, for the sake of keeping the lights on. And at the back end of this liquidation is, we need to remember there's a lot of families that are going to be impacted by this thing.
Yeah,
I'm a retailer, the guys that worked Dude. That were supporting families. Now they're losing their jobs.
It's so sad.
So
it's so sad, and the people who are laughing and saying whatever they do, I don't think they think that far is true. There's other people who are going to be affected. It's just not him.
Yeah, Lima is that will, you know, like money short span yengondo. Ungacabangi. This guy vele, ubeka arrogant.
You know, the people who would talk is people who've never tried anything.
Yes.
People who are in his league, I think, business-wise, are probably like encouraging him.
Yeah.
Like it's a lesson learned again.
Yeah. And I think he's a very good and matured businessman. He'll bounce back from this.
I think
thing.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
I think it's a lesson. He's
yeah.
Lesson.
I mean,
it's hard.
Good business, vele gunjalo. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You open up this business doesn't work. You close it. You'll come back as another thing rebranded.
I think he'll come back.
The one thing that I hope is that unayo trademark ye tripwear.
Yeah, I think
it's
it
not
will be
owned by someone else somewhere.
Yo.
As long as it tripwear trademark, I mean, it can just be packaged somehow. I package some other thing. I've released him I mean, can still make a lot of money. And then because now he's also matured in business, he will understand which certain overheads. My office na rent out in awekho necessary emasentini kai mela bheke nje market la bayithenga khona i-drip and put ama you know ama retail store wakhe lapho. I think he's going to grow from this. I mean, all people that are big in business, they will tell you a story or two where they've lost.
Yes.
millions.
Yes.
And they
And
had
so
to
he'll
recover.
come back. I think he'll come back.
Yeah.
But
And
that was such a wonderful. Oh, you said end. You wanted
no.
to
Just saying, Guti. It's laba abamgxekayo ngithi nje zinja.
Okay.
But he'll bounce back.
I think he'll bounce. I think so. I think he'll bounce back too.
Yeah.
I think so. But it was so lovely chatting to you today, as usual. Every Friday we are on it. I put on my nice dress.
Yeah.
Nice makeup.
You look very good.
I look pretty for you.
Yep.
And then because the kids are sleeping, I mean, we are having some wine.
Yeah. And I think it's just to wrap it up. It's that quality time because it's something that we know which we can't go out. And so let's just rather have
and when's the
fun
last time we had a date night?
inside the house.
Sure, but because we're in a foreign country, we don't really have help.
Yep.
So we are stuck with them basically.
But guys, we will love you and leave you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, please follow.
Special shout out to ama subscriber wethu ayi-30 bafowethu nginithanda ngendlela ebuhlungu yo 30 subscribers ngiyanithanda guys. Ngicela nibukela ama shorts ayeza from tomorrow. The shorts are coming. Facebook,
yes.
Instagram,
yes.
TikTok, YouTube, Spotify.
That's it.
Sigangako khona
Apple
Podcast.
Yeah.
Sikhona bafowethu sicela nisupporteni S&T Conversations and we will continue bringing you the good content.
And if you can you can also just comment below and tell us what you'd like us to talk about, and then we will definitely talk about it. What do you think?
Please watch all our shorts, watch all our episodes, and keep commenting. Let's keep on engaging and finding new topics, and let's grow as a community.
Yes.
We're trying to build something very strong here, something very empowering. As a young, beautiful black couple, family, whatever you want to call it, with the challenges of life, but we still continue.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.